video. Today I am talking about my top 5 favorite powders. Now, normally I break my videos up into high-end and drugstore, but today's video is going to be a little mixture of both just because I am such a big fan of all of these products. Like, I love all these products that they're just my top 5 favorite, period. So I just thought I would include them all in the same video. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one is by Lancome. You guys have probably seen me talk about this before. This is the dual finish. I love Lancome because they have a great color selection and this matches my skin perfectly. In addition to setting your foundation, this also gives a little extra coverage, which I really like. Go for that flawless look without having, you know, your problem areas show through. So I love this foundation. I'm sorry, this powder. The only complaint I do have against it is it's scented. I don't even know what it smells like. It's perfumey and it just doesn't really do anything for me. I prefer unscented products, but I like it enough to look past the fact that it's scented and still repurchase it. This is actually my second one. My next favorite setting powder is the Mercier translucent powder, and this is a loose setting powder. This is talked about all over YouTube. I know everybody raves about it, and I kind of thought it might just be hyped up. And I was like, well, I have fair skin, so if that's working for, you know, somebody with deeper skin, like how would that work for me? But it does, because it's translucent, which I know what translucent means. But sometimes at the drugstore, they'll say translucent powder, and I try it on my face, and I'm like, it looks too dark. Like, this is not translucent. This is a true translucent powder. I love opening it because the cover kind of has like a heavier feel to it. This is the loose powder inside. And it just feels like such a luxury product, like opening and closing it. Like, it's just, I don't know. I really enjoy it. This is great if I want to bake my foundation, and this is great if, like right now, I have a little bit of a sunburn, so I'm trying to get my face to match the rest of me, and to use my Lancome. This is going to be too light, so I can just put this over my foundation that I have that's a little bit darker, and it'll just match a lot better. So that's what's great about the translucent powder. Now, another powder I really enjoy, this is actually, technically, it's a foundation, but I use it as a powder. It's the Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Airbrush Foundation, but it's a loose powder, kind of like the Mercier one. There's this little, like, sponge thing inside, which is kind of an interesting way to get to the product, and I have a little kabuki brush that I use to go with it. But this is a really good coverage product, and that's one of the #1 things I look for with my foundations and my powders, because I want to go, you know, and look like, I don't know, like I don't have blemishes on my skin. And this is great. Wear over any foundation if you're just looking for a little extra coverage and a little bit longer of a wear time. Now, I have tried the Amazonian Clay regular liquid foundation, and a lot of people rave about it. For me, I didn't think it was that great. The coverage was like a medium coverage, not really a full coverage, and I didn't think it had a very good wear time. But the powder version to wear over one of my other foundations that I really like, I think is a really great option, and I use this a lot. If I'm using maybe a medium coverage liquid foundation, then I'll go in with this because it has a little bit more coverage to go over that, and it just sets really nice together. So my next product, which there's not a lot in here, this is the Mineral Correcting Powder in Translucent from Physicians Formula. This powder, I know, I have like 2 backups of this. This one's almost gone. It has, I don't know if you can see it, but it has pink, and then it has yellow and like skin tone and green. So when I'm setting under my eyes, sometimes I'll like dip my brush in the more pinky color, and then sometimes if I'm covering a blemish, I might dip my brush in the more green toned. Or if I'm just using it as a setting powder, like over my face, I just swirl my brush with all the colors and set it, and it's so silky. Like, if this wasn't in kind of a cheap packaging, like if it came in a more luxurious package, you would think it was a high-end product. And this is like maybe $10 at the drugstore, and it is my probably holy grail product out of all of my powders, because no matter what kind of makeup look I'm going for, this always works. And I mainly use this to set under my eyes and sometimes around my nose, but if I feel like my skin is looking a little uneven, I will put this over my other setting powder just because it does have the correcting colors to kind of even out my skin tone. And my last favorite powder is from L'Oreal Paris. It's the Infallible Pro Matte powder, and it is supposed to have a 16-hour wear. I don't know if that's true. I don't usually wear my makeup that long, but I really enjoy this product because it's mattifying. My cover broke, so again, packaging at the drugstore is kind of a little bit cheaper than, high-end, but that's what's to be expected. This is a little pricey. This is probably like $15 maybe at the drugstore, which is expensive for a drugstore product, but it has a nice coverage and it's very mattifying. I like this a lot in the summertime. I do have the Pro Matte foundation as well, and I do like the two of these together, but I tend to reach for my Makeup Forever Velvet Matte Foundation over my L'Oreal one. But this powder I can use with any foundation to set it. It gives a little extra coverage. It's a little bit too dark for me for the winter months, which is why I say I use it more in the summer, because I can get away with the color a little bit easier, but also because it is mattifying, and that's something I need for my face in the summer because I have such oily skin. So hopefully these products will work for some of you out there. These are just my top favorite powders, setting powders, and I think that they could work for a lot of different people, and go out and try some of these because you will not be disappointed. Alright, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.